Hello again, Struck. Welcome back to another evening of streaming, or daytime for you, depending on where you are from. So yeah, today I'm gonna be doing kind of what I did yesterday, except there may not be co-op unless someone decides to join me for co-op, but I will be again experimenting, testing things, switching characters, switching skills I'm using, and so on. And in the time I'm spending testing stuff, hopefully I can maybe farm some interesting items I can test as well, and hopefully I can also maybe get a few more levels so I can have some more skill points to work with. We will see what's gonna happen, but the plans would be again to just do similar to what I did yesterday. Again, if you want to join me for co-op, just let me know. I'm always happy to do that. I'm gonna quickly transfer this relic weapon I was using yesterday on my forged. I'm gonna transfer that to my sharpshooter because I really wanted to check what one other person was saying about this sharpshooter. The sharpshooter explosive arrow not proccing some of the things on that burning relic. And welcome back, wasting time. Nice to see you. Oh, and I see some people followed me while I was offline. So Becoming and Johnson Lebowski, welcome to those guys, even if they're not watching. Nice to have them following my channel, really appreciate that. They seem to have followed while I was offline though. So again, as I said, I'm gonna quickly transfer that relic weapon, and I'm gonna use it on my sharpshooter. So let's go to the sharpshooter. I just want to test that thing. As I was saying, explosive arrow apparently doesn't seem to be proccing certain things when you're burning the enemies with it. So I wanted to see if that really is the case. Because the only thing I didn't find working last night was the fear, but everything else was proccing. The meteors were falling on the enemies' heads from Firestorm. The lingering blaze was proccing when we hit those burning enemies, when we explode them. So I'm assuming that when I test stuff, that's what's gonna happen on the sharpshooter. So the thing is, the person who was reporting this said that it only worked when he's burning the enemies with other things, with other sources. So right now I'm not gonna be using, I'm gonna try to not use sword smash, and I'm gonna equip explosive arrow. But before that I need to do some respecking, because I need 2 more points into explosive arrow, so I should have some respectacles here. I've got 4. I'm just gonna take 2. Maybe let's take 4. Let's take 4 for now with me. And I'm gonna do some respecking just so I can get 2 more points into explosive arrow. So where's my station? Was that it? No, was that it? Yes. So I need to remove 2 points. So where do I want to remove those 2 points from? Let's say I remove my revolt and my targeted strikes for now, and put those points into explosive arrow. And now I should be able to burn enemies with it and hopefully trigger the things that people were reporting could not be triggered. Let's see. Ah shit, I was gonna type. Well, I guess no more typing. It seems to be burning enemies, and it seems to be doing the lingering blaze. I've already seen the lingering blaze, meaning only the fear so far has not been confirmed by me to work. Everything else seems to be working. So I'm not sure how this person was testing to to get those results. I mean, the lingering blaze is obvious. It just happened on that enemy there. See, that's lingering blaze. This thing on the ground. This burning field on the ground. Right, let's do my pets. So if lingering blaze is proccing, I'm pretty sure the only thing that's broken is the fear. The fear seems to be the only broken thing right now. But yeah, this seems to be working. Like, see, this is working. Magma burst, because if magma burst is not working, I'm not gonna proc lingering blaze. And I'm seeing the lingering blaze proc, and fear of flames is the only thing that doesn't seem to be working, which I guess is fine. They're gonna fix it eventually. Thankfully it has been reported, so they do know that there's something wrong, but I need to go and add another comment to this report on notes, that the only thing that doesn't actually, no, that's, oh, never mind, that's probably fear from my wolf. That was probably fear from my wolf. I need to make sure. I just triggered fear, but I'm pretty sure that was the Shasta fear and not the fear from my explosive arrow. What have we here? Oh, this is amazing. Damage with precision skills. This is amazing as a damage. I'm missing that summon though. Alright, let's see. Let's keep testing. So for now I'm gonna try and make sure Shasta is not fearing. So if I see fear, I'm gonna know it's not from my wolf. But yeah, I'm not seeing the fear proccing at all. Yesterday on the Forged I didn't see it for hours and hours of testing. So my guess is it's just not gonna work until it's fixed. I think this is more than enough to confirm the fear doesn't work. If it worked, I should have seen it proccing by now. Okay, let's do some more tests. If there's anything that someone wants me to test for, then I've got a few spectacles left, so I can always maybe spend some of those points into something else. And we lost some stuff. I gotta keep paying attention when I'm testing. When I'm testing, I'm not concentrating much on whether I'm surviving. I'm watching too much at the damage numbers. So let's equip this again. Yeah, I don't see this proccing. I'm gonna respec later again, remove that explosive arrow. For now, let's put the onslaught. Actually, let's play a bit with tight grouping. I wanna see how I can do tight grouping a bit. I'm not a big fan of it because it's just a straight line rather than a circular thing. But it does work fine as well. And Shinitu, I'm doing well. I slept well as well. I've been just editing today a build, not build video, but a showcase for the forged skills. So I've just uploaded on my YouTube channel showcase of all 14 skills of the forged class, which hopefully would help some people decide whether to use one skill or another skill in their builds. Shinitu, if you wanna group up and play together, let me know. But again, I didn't have time to fix my Discord, so you're not gonna be able to hear me through Discord, only through the stream. But I wouldn't mind. Oh fuck, I'm missing something very important. So I'm just testing how that would work with this relic. I gotta level up a lightning relic to see how that would be. But yeah, if you wanna do some farming of bosses, of phase beasts and portals, feel free to let me know and we can go and try and farm those. Apparently Bugswat is a good zone for farming those phase beasts, because they do spawn a lot there. Okay, where did she go? Oh, she's there, okay. Alright, legendary Cave Breaker, really one of the shittiest legendaries I can get. At least it's a legendary, so that's extra powder. Release. Let's go get level 35. You haven't moved on since we left yesterday? Well, my forged is at the same place. My forged, I can go back on my forged and we can play. And I'm at the same quest, so there's that. I think I've only done one quest after that. I've only done the Nyx quest. So I'm only one quest ahead of you. The quest that comes after killing Nyx, that Naga-like Netherrim, I've not completed yet. On that forged we played with yesterday. Alright, let's see this. And there will be more videos, one for each class, like the one I uploaded today. I just need to kind of get enough respectacles for some of the heroes, or level up new heroes. But leveling up new heroes might take longer for some of the classes, where I just need a few respectacles for those. Right, almost 35 on this one. So what do I want to spend the points on? I want to be testing things like Goose. So let's get Goose in the mix. Yeah, Goose seems to be the same it was before. I don't see anything majorly changing in the way Goose works, which is kind of good because it was always a decent skill. It has always been a decent skill worth putting into a build. You think Goose is nice only when you get it to tier 1? Well, tier 2 is also nice because 10% cooldown means on Shasta you can get extra what is it, 3 seconds cooldown reduction. So what else has a cooldown other than Shasta? Other than Shasta, this one would get pretty spammy. This one gets reduced. This one gets... all of those skills here benefit from the cooldown. But the thing that benefits the most from your cooldown probably would be Shasta. To have that extra 3-second cooldown. Definitely not a fan of tier 3. Tier 3 seems like a waste of points. But for a level 60 build, if I'm considering a pet build, I would really want those extra 3 seconds cooldown reduction for Shasta. It may not seem like much, but that's still 3 seconds earlier casting, so definitely nothing worth avoiding if you have the spare skill points. But of course that's talking level 60 where you have the spare skill points. While you're leveling, it seems like a waste to take it further than tier 1 indeed. And this Goose vulnerability can stack with the Sonic Pulse vulnerability, and it can also stack with the Busting Charge vulnerability, and I'm telling you it could be pretty nice if you have 3 people in a team stacking those vulnerabilities together. Okay, I'm gonna go on another hero now. I'm not sure who to go on, maybe on the mage. Or maybe on the forged. If I go on the forged, I will be leveling up a new relic. But yeah, if you wanna team up, let me know and we can invite each other, and I can go on that Woby forged. The Woby forged I played yesterday with the shotgun blast. And yeah, my quest is kind of around the same way in the same place your quest is. It will take a while to level one of every relic though. Yeah, the cheaty shotgun forge. It's not really cheaty though. I mean, it's feeling pretty solid. You're sacrificing certain things to get other things. So yeah, you're sacrificing a little bit of damage, but it really helps a lot having this thing. But yeah, if you wanna team up, let me know and I'll invite you. I think our quest is somewhere here, or your quest is somewhere here. And do you wanna be doing ridiculous when we are together, or do you wanna stick to painful? Because I wouldn't mind testing that shotgun build on ridiculous. Which reminds me, let's go to change the difficulty. I forgot to change the difficulty. I wanna see how good that works on a different difficulty. So let's change it to ridiculous. 10% more gear work. Let's farm those items. Okay, let me. Do you wanna go on Discord so I can hear you, or do you not wanna go on Discord? Okay, let me see. Someone is in our Hangout chat. War Monkey 101 is in our Hangout chat, but the problem is I can't talk in that. Let me check. Yeah, I can't talk. But anyways, at least I can hear you. And Monster and Andrew Abo, thank you for the YouTube sub. Welcome to the Stroke Web. You're not in the game right now? It's weird, whenever I place my you heard me? What about now? Yeah, I'm testing the different I'm testing the different things that could probably allow you to hear me on Discord, but hopefully I don't hear my voice like yesterday. But yeah, it seems like now you're hearing me, which is nice. I'm gonna quickly do something maybe like this. This should be fine. Okay. Okay, I don't hear my voice. Yesterday I was hearing my voice whenever I changed the thing, but alright. Fair enough. So let me know when you're inside the game. Either invite me or I can invite you. And I will be leveling the shocking relic, the electrode. And eventually I want to test the spin to win with the electrode while I've got the spin to win leveled up on this hero. I'm gonna have to save up a lot of respectacles. Yeah, I'm already on ridiculous, so if I invite you, it is gonna be on that one. I think you don't need to change it. I think it... Oh, it says could not invite. Maybe you need to change the difficulty. Maybe that's how it works. I'm not sure how that works. Oh. It still lets me invite you, which is weird. I mean, it shows me the option that you're online. That's probably showing that you're online in Steam, not in the game. They need to make some sort of distinction that lets you know whether someone is in game or online on Steam only. Might suggest that. Dude, my Steam friends list for the past few months since I made this account, this Steam account for streaming, has been kind of filling up with so many viewers. They need to add some sort of streamer mode feature to protect my viewers' names, because some of them might not want those seen. But well, at least there are options. I think when you click on options, there's things that can hide nameplates or show nameplates, show profile names overhead or not. So yeah, let me know when you're here and we can continue, and I'm gonna be happy testing. You wanna try the Bane relic? Yeah, it's gonna be fun stacking those spiders with the goblins. Sometimes you really body block an enemy and they just can't move away. Alright, I'm just gonna wait for you at Last Passage, and when I load up I'm gonna invite you. Or you invite me, doesn't matter. Chat, if anyone else wants to join us, we've got room for 2 more. hopefully around level 29, 30 or so. You can be higher or lower level, but if you're lower level, you're probably gonna be dying some more. If you're higher level, you're just gonna get your items scaled down. Right now, farming all those high level items would only be worth it when you're doing portals, when you're doing phase beast maps. And that's the only place where level 40 or 42 or 45 items would actually make any difference. What should I equip here? Maybe this one. Or do I want the stalactites? Maybe this one, yeah. Let's use the Mountain King's gauntlets. Ah, shit, I didn't equip it. So I think we're ready to invite you, right? And your quest would be to, I think, to go to Crystal Passage or something like that and to kill Nyx. It was something like that, your quest. And even if I hear myself through your phone, that's fine. But you can feel free to mute my stream and listen to me over here, unless you want to hear the sounds. Yeah, because yesterday you had no option other than the stream. I'm gonna quickly donate to this guy here. I might even go in there and you can teleport to me when you're ready. Oh, okay. Are you in the team or? Because I sent an invite, but maybe it didn't go through. So West Passage, then Highwood Capital, and now I think it was Crystal something. I don't think it was the Corrupted Vein. You're gonna have to tell me where your quest would be taking you. I'm gonna kill some enemies here in the meantime. Ah, so that's pretty close to where I am. I even see it on my map. If you're leveling a new relic like me, we're gonna have some basic attacks instead of the relic skill on the skill bar. I could equip a different skill, a different vent or heat skill. Yeah, that's what I like about leveling relics anew. The first few levels are super quick. It allows you to catch up to level 5, 6, 7. It is pretty quick on a new relic. But I really want to test some builds with the electrode as well. Okay, should I equip something here like a poison dart maybe? Another siege enemy. This one's taking a beating, but it's ridiculous, so that's kind of to be expected. So it is here, the corrupted vein. But yeah, I'm thinking spin to win with this relic would be amazing. As I said multiple times yesterday, that it might be nice. Might as well just test it myself instead of just theorizing whether it will be good or not. And not just spin to win, anything that's fast hitting, many attacks per second should be good with the electrode level 15 skill. Need to learn the name of that one, I keep forgetting it. What's the name of the skill again? Lightning Strike, okay. Lightning Strike. Pretty simple, easy to remember. So we're gonna be killing them slowly until we get at least the level 5 skills of our relics. It's gonna be taking a while to kill them. Already level 4. One more level. Are you gonna be using the Venomous Maw on your skill bar? Are you gonna be using the Venomous Maw on your skill bar? The big spider skill. I'm saving those points for the cooldown reduction right now. Boom. Come on, teleporting enemies. They can be annoying. Not hard, just annoying. But sometimes they can be hard too if they port next to you and surround you on a low level character. It could feel bad. On Wobbies it's terrible because you have mostly blazing, teleporting, and what was the other modifier that's in Act 1, and the exploding. The exploding one is probably the easiest to deal with. There's that crystal, you gotta click on it. Kilner79 says, just been playing Path of Exile again and I'm bored after 2 days. I'm not sure why. Had way more fun with Torchlight. I'm actually not surprised to hear that. I mean, if you've spent years playing a single game, no matter how fun of a game it is, if it's still more of the same, just with slightly different mechanics, it gets boring. I'm the same when I play Grim Dawn. It's an amazing game with so much variety and things to do, but I've just played it so much and I get bored quickly. And the same with Path of Exile. Although I haven't played Path of Exile nearly as much as I've played Grim Dawn, and still I can understand how some people could get bored after a week or two. 2 days, within 2 days I probably won't have even reached 97, 95, which is normally when I get bored. But I normally, if I were to go back to Path of Exile, believe me, within 2 weeks I'm probably gonna get bored. I'm probably gonna have crafted myself a very nice OP weapon that doesn't exist on the market, and I probably might be close to crafting a second one of those, like a second dagger or whatever I was using. And yeah, eventually I'm gonna get bored of the whole grind there. And that's not to say that right now Torchlight 3 can offer me more grind. In fact, right now the grind is... Oh, 2 legendaries, 1 monster. Nice. And one of them is wife bound, the other one isn't, so I really gotta be careful not to die. Yeah. That was interesting. Uh, Although sadly neither of those seems to be worth equipping right now. Because I'm gonna be losing crit damage. If I equip both items, that's 60 crit damage I can lose. Let's level up my relic quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, right now Torchlight 3 cannot offer any end game. You might want to call the portals end game, but they're definitely not end game. They're just something that you can see all the way through level 2, from level 2 to level 60. So the phase portals are just a system that you can use during end game, but also during leveling. So right now this game doesn't have end game, and even then I'm just enjoying the weird builds I can come up with. I'm enjoying testing different relics with different skills and just leveling up different relics and testing all that stuff. I'm not trying to reach level 60 or level 40 even. I'm fine with testing builds at level 30, 35. Pretty fun to test those, because those are kind of the bases, the skeletons of a build. By level 35 you definitely have a solid skeleton that later you can just keep upgrading and building upon all the way to 60. 30 points in a relic is plenty to get a nice startup. 30 skill points is also plenty to equip all your major skills that you want in your skill bars, along with a few extra passive tier 1, 2, 3 bonuses. Oh, I need to put my relic skill on my skill bar. Fuck. But yeah, it's definitely fun doing all that testing, checking all those different things we can check. I'm gonna switch heroes later. Once we kill the boss here, the Act 2 boss with Shini 2, I'm probably gonna change to Realm Master a bit, or to Mage, just so that I'm not testing on the same hero. But might as well just finish the story on this one while we're at it, before I switch. And yeah, fully upgraded Bane on a sharpshooter with all the relic active skill damage bonuses could give you 252 damage per second for 4 seconds. 252% weapon damage, which is a lot. That's 1000 weapon damage over the course of 4 seconds, and it can stack 3 times. So that's like if you poison 3 times, that's 3000 weapon damage over the course of those 3 seconds. Those levels, so many relic levels. I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing R instead of number 4. I was wondering what's happening, why is my drone not showing up. Although I would love for it to change it so that there's actually a drone hovering next to us. This skill used to be you dropping a drone on the ground and it staying fixed without moving with you. It would make sense if they make a small little hovering drone over our head to be the source of this projection field. You can even see the drone on the skill icon. Oh shit. Oh shit. I don't have potions. I'm gonna try and rescue, it's just gonna take a while. Okay, I've got a potion. Oh, and a legendary Sneku stick. See, on Ridiculous we're getting those legendaries now, aren't we? Did you get any so far since we started? Yeah. It definitely might suck that Lost Ark still hasn't come to EU other than Russia. But by the time Lost Ark comes, it would be a game that most people won't even touch. Yeah, it might happen like Phantasy Star Online. Some people who have been waiting for years would still play it, but the majority of the people wouldn't even bother touching it. I think that's what's gonna happen to Lost Ark by the time it comes to the EU, other than Russia and the Russian-speaking countries that can play it right now. And you can still play it. You can still play it if you get a VPN. Things like ExitWack and other things like that can offer people the chance to play it, and there's many guides how to register an account on their website, and they just recently released an assassin class. I keep getting emails from the Lost Ark publishers. I keep getting emails with news regarding when that patch is coming, when this class is coming, and so on. Dude, if you spend £5,000 on the cash shop of a MMO, then that MMO really has a problem. That MMO has a problem if their players need to spend that much money. Just my guess is try to find games that don't have pay-to-win cash shops. If there's even the slightest hint of pay-to-win, just avoid it like the plague. There's gonna be other games where you don't need to pay to win, where you kind of buy cosmetics and maybe a little bit of utility that's not too OP. But yeah, in general, I've never been a big fan of pay to win, and when the Villain came out, it really didn't seem like the game that would make it for more than half a year, maybe a year. I'm not sure how much the game lasted before they shut it down, but it was obviously a game that would not make it more than a few months up to a year. It seemed like not many people would be playing it. Yeah. Some people, maybe while they're younger, they might be more generous with the paying for games and for pixels, but then you realize all those cash shop currencies is just that, pointless pixels. It's one thing to buy a game and to buy an expansion of the game and to know that it's not giving you an advantage over the others, and that anyone is in the same footing, and you maybe get some weird cosmetics for being a supporter or something like that, or a weird HUD change or something like that. That's acceptable. But when it comes to buying items or buying enchantment stones or buying upgrade materials or buying crafting materials or buying something that allows you to have more storage and things like that, that definitely seems like buying gameplay. And gameplay is not something that needs to be sold. But some people disagree, and that's why games like the pay-to-win cash shop fests make so much money and still exist. Some people call Black Desert pay for convenience, and keep fooding money to Kakao Games because they think it's not pay to win. but I personally don't agree with the cash shops in Black Desert, for example, even though it's not obviously pay to win, but the pay for convenience is just a mild way of saying pay to win in the not direct sense. It's like an indirect pay to win, so I still don't approve of that type either. So yeah, I mean, with MMOs you gotta be careful. Most of them are so predatory when it comes to cash shops and currencies and all of that. It's just feeding on people's egos and their desire to be stronger, even if they have to pay real money just so they can feel better that they're stronger in a game that doesn't even have money competition for who's the best. I understand people wanting to do that if the game was competitive, but competitive games definitely need no pay to win. See, I like, for example, there's many things of Overwatch that I don't like, but I like how Overwatch only allows you to donate for skins. The same goes for Paladins. In Paladins, if you pay money, you can only buy skins and heroes. And the heroes you can earn by playing the game, so you're just unlocking a hero a little bit earlier than someone else, but it's still not something overpowered. By the way, Shinitu, we gotta be careful with this boss, because you take him too far from the spawn and he becomes immortal. So maybe we can take him somewhere here. I've glitched him two times, and he stands in one place and becomes invulnerable, and he's not moving and you can't kill him. So yeah, we gotta be careful. The same thing happens with elites of the same type. The Naga-like spellcaster Netherrim elite. And he's annoying because he keeps teleporting and sometimes he teleports away from the spawn. But yeah, Black Desert has one of the best combat in MMOs. One of the best combat systems I've seen in MMOs. But my problem really was the grind. And the grind really was the big problem, and the biggest problem for me was the community and the stupid mentality of most people with that whole farming spot mentality. For example, in Black Desert I would be grinding in one spot, someone else comes and tells me to leave, and I refuse to leave, and I tell him, if you want, PK me, but I'm not gonna leave. And he of course eventually PKs me, and then I come back to my spot, because, well, I was there before him, I don't care, I'm gonna come back to the same spot and kill enemies on it. And he keeps PKing me, and then he says I'm karma bombing. But that's bullshit mentality, to think that this spot belongs to you only because you PK'd someone. If you're gonna PK, be prepared for someone returning in the same spot and having to PK him again. If you're not ready to take the karma, then fuck you. Then don't PK, and don't try to steal other people's farming spots. And that whole mentality that people on Reddit and other places call farming etiquette. If someone comes and player kills you, you shouldn't return to that spot. That seems like pure bullshit to me. This is just pure bullshit. You shouldn't expect someone to not come and defend their spot after you kill them. So yeah, if you're not ready to take the karma, just don't PK. Be prepared. That's kind of it. But yeah, the grinding is just too much. Past level 59, or maybe was it 62? I'm not sure what level I reached. I remember reaching somewhere around the 60. It was either 61 or 62, or maybe it was under 60. I can't even remember. I know when I played the max level was 65. And the grind back then seemed to have slowed so much that it was just unbearable. And I just like being max level in games. I don't like games making me grind for levels. I like grinding for items. I like maxing out my character and constantly respecting it one way or another, and just testing new builds. But I really enjoyed it. I'm honestly really enjoying the fighting system back then. But what I didn't enjoy is how many things you need to buy in order to be making money efficiently from the cash shop. Like tents and all of that. But yeah, when I quit Black Desert, I'm pretty sure I donated to my real life friends who kept playing it for a while. I gave them as gifts, because I had 80 euro left in my account. I had 80 euro worth of pearls, and I just bought them gifts. I told them to each pick a up to 40 euro something or some things from the cash shop, so I can just buy them with those 80 euro and just give them as gifts to them. So it's not like I didn't support the game, because I really enjoyed certain things, but in the end the grinding just made me quit. If there were private Black Desert servers with high rate, where it's gonna be just about the PvP, not about all that wife skilling, crafting, managing your buildings and all of that, I probably would test it. I probably would test a private Black Desert online server where everyone instantly, not instantly, but within a week reaches max level and reaches the maximum enchantment of their items, or at least close to the maximum enchantment, and it's just all balanced, everyone with the same grade of items, with the same level. That would be super fun to try and to play. It's definitely gonna be nice, like the old Lineage 2 private servers. Oh, look at that, another legendary. What's happening? How much gear work am I running on? 50%. Already 4 legendaries. Yeah, something's happening. I wish I could drop you some of those that are dropping, and all of those are terrible for my build, because see, if I were to equip those legendaries, I would lose some crit damage. I can get crit chance and block, I can get relic cooldown, basic attack stuff, which I really don't want. At least I can salvage them for my legendarium, or save them for other builds, like a basic attack build. Alright, you gotta go and turn in, I assume. So I'm gonna go to my fort while you turn in. Or does it not tell you to turn in? Did you already get the next quest? Sadistic Sorcery, that's the next quest, telling you to go to the Sanctum of the Swarm. Oh, okay, so we can just move on. I'm gonna go to the fort later. And yeah, oh shit, I entered the portal again. No. Okay, I'm at the entrance. Propovednica says 50%. Yes, 50% might seem like a lot. And it is, I mean, anything above 60, 70, 80% is pretty nice. I normally used to run between 80 and 90% gear work to be farming legendaries. But in Lineage 2 it was slightly different. In Lineage 2, if you get P8, it was nice, because well, it was not nice because you could lose items and stuff, and yeah. PKing in Lineage 2 was slightly different than Black Desert. You could still have that open flagging PvP and so on, but in private servers you wouldn't really care much about certain things. Because everything was easy to get in most private servers. You would max level super quickly, and then you would just start farming for enchant stones and try to get a nice plus 20 or plus 25 or whatever the limit on the server you were playing was. I remember I used to play Spellsinger Mystic Muse. And once I even got to the hero of the server for that class from the Olympiad, and it was super nice having that hero buff, running around the server buffing your party with hero buffs. And it was fun because most of my fights I won against classes that would usually obliterate a Mystic Muse. It was mostly against Titans, Orc Titans with two-handed greatswords or so, and that's mostly what I ended up grouping against. Sometimes I would end up grouping, of course, against other people, but it was very fun how I used to kite those titans. They were pretty tough because if they get me, it was a lot of damage I can take. But with kiting, I somehow ended up making it. But if I were to play Lineage and if I were to do PvP now, my reflexes are much slower than back then. I used to be like a piano player. I used to juggle so many different skill bars in MMOs back in the day, but now I prefer to have the least amount of skills possible, like 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 skills max. Shinito, by the way, are you in the same map? It's telling me you're in the same map, but I don't see you. Okay. Yes, same here. You had a TH. Oh, THs were fun. THs were definitely fun. Well, I was actually dual boxing. Back when I played, there was dual boxing where you can dual box a summoner, a cat summoner to what was the name? To summon you when you're PvPing. So sometimes I would cheese it and like I had like a macro or whatever that I would out and tap quickly to the other window, press that button and summon myself if I get ganked by like 4 or 5 people. And the only way to escape was kind of to summon myself to my summoner. Of course, many people would find my summoner and kill it, but it was so fun with that whole dual boxing, having a summoner to give you an escape mechanic, because you might end up into a party and killing one of them, and then there's another 4 people chasing you, or some other randoms around those chasing you, and it would be kind of like, yeah, I'm out here, let's teleport. I think it was the cat buffer that was the summoner, or maybe was there 2 different types of summoners that could port you. And dual boxing was a thing back then. But I didn't just play the Spellsinger, the Mystic Muse. I was playing different heroes, but mostly that one. But yeah, Lineage 2, good old days. There's still some private Lineage servers. And by the way, what I've said in my stream multiple times is I believe that the private Lineage and other servers where donations was a thing was probably how legit developers kind of got the idea for gaming as a service for the pay-to-win cash shops. Because before there weren't pay-to-win cash shops, there weren't that many free-to-play games. And someone probably saw private servers making a lot of money from people donating for items to get stronger, and they realized, well, why shouldn't we put that in our games as an official thing and make our games free to play? And you would see then eventually the market was flooded with free to play games, mostly games trying to copy World of Warcraft and Lineage. There were so many Lineage clones and World of Warcraft clones. It was unbelievable. Shinito, did you find the exit? Because it's not where I am. Alright, I'm gonna go around and maybe try and teleport you. We'll see. Is it here to the south where I'm going? Shit, I'm stuck. I need a wait for some monsters to make some room. Alright, that's... Shit! I can't move from here, man. They're standing on the entrance and not letting me pass through this tiny gap. Alright, now I should be able to go. I'm hoping that's the way to go. Oh yeah, I see it. Sanctum of the Swarm, right? So hopefully the thing I found is that one. Oh yeah, it is, but I took the long way around. It's not showing as a question mark on my screen, which is weird. But Kuner79, the way I used to enchant in those private servers is I would buy like a full inventory and even more than an inventory worth of items. And first I would make all the items to the safe. Depending on the server, on some servers the safe was +7, on others +10. So I would make all the weapons to the safe, and then I would try and make all of them to one level higher. Then I would try to make them to one enchantment higher and so on. And eventually I would be left with a few, and by the end of the enchanting process I would just have one item ready, and that's gonna be it. But yeah, I would buy like a bunch of weapons and a bunch of enchant stones. And that's how I used to do enchanting. It was kind of like a non-existent fail stacking system in Lineage 2. And I was kind of doing fail stacking there. But not in the way you do it in Black Desert, just my kind of way of doing it back in L2. But yeah, we have 15 gear work just by being next to each other, and then that 20 from Ridiculous. So we just have 30 out of thin air gear work when playing together on this difficulty. And the one that we get by standing next to each other is actually buggy and doesn't proc all the time. Yeah, pretty glitchy. I gotta try and not die, because I've got a wife-bound legendary in my inventory. So hopefully when we reach the waypoint, I'm gonna go back to the fort. We'll see. For now I'm gonna try and not die. It might be a legendary I've already got though. Mounting King Powdrons. I'm pretty sure I've got it on the other hero. Wow, those teleporters. Pretty pesky with all those teleports. Okay. This one's taking a while. By the way, are you using the Egg of Wonder as well? Egg of Wonder, the thing that lets you cast a second relic skill when you use your current relic active skill. It's a focus item. Okay, so you've never found it so far. I'm pretty sure if you find it, you will be using this one. No, you can put it in the legendarium. Yeah, I'm also using a shield because I like 40% block chance. 40% block chance is just so good for certain builds. Oh, look at this chest piece. gotta sell, sending the pet to the town. So the chance to strike whitening is by default 10%, and I can get another 25 and make it 35%. That's gonna be nice. 35% chance to do whitening strikes. Not sure if I want the stun duration, but I definitely want the extra chance. That choke point. I'm not sure if that's what was happening, but I think my knockback was holding back the Plague Bearer orbs. Normally those Plague Bearer orbs would reach us. Those seem to not travel towards us. Not sure if that's a bug or intended, but it was pretty nice. All those effects. Okay. Oh wow. Was it an explosion that got you? I'm gonna have to kill him first. Alright, got them. And the pet is back. Oh, a nice new war club. Starting to get those stronger items now in this place. Did I get the stuff? 261, not too much. And thank you Wasus for the follow, and welcome back Ice Fox. And Kuner says, any chance I can play with you on Torchlight? I have a 35 desk. Kuner, you can play with us in Torchlight. Just let me go to my fort after we finish this zone and reach the waypoint, and I can just invite from the fort. Let's see what Ice Fox said. Hey, it's me. Can you talk a bit about the game? I wanted to buy it, but I don't know if it's worth or not. The depth of the characters, gameplay, etc. Give your opinion. Man, I've spent a lot of time in this game, and I can tell you there's one thing you can be sure: the developers really care about the game and really care about the community, and constantly keep changing things. There is a lot of depth that you may not notice on the surface. I've got a beginner's guide on my channel. You might want to check that later, but for now I'm gonna try and tell you some of the things. If I miss something, feel free to see my beginner's guide, which is 90 minutes long. Huge beginner's guide, and even in that beginner's guide being 90 minutes, I'm still missing some of the things like the gambler and some other synergies and so on. So first you have 2 skill trees per character for a total of 14 skills. And since you can only use 6 skills on your skill bar, one of them could be a basic attack even, but you can remove the basic attack and just use another skill. That means 14 skills is more than plenty to pick 5 or 6 to use. So you have those skills, and each skill has tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 bonuses achieved at 3, 6 and 10 points invested. Then you have your pets, which need some more stuff, but you have different pet skills. Like you can pick one aura out of 4 auras, and then the rest are either active skills or some other things that proc or buffs. Then you have relics. Relics are something that you can change. There's 5 different types, and each of those gives you a relic skill, a major relic skill. In this case, this is Shocking Burst, which eventually gets upgraded at level 25, I think. No, level 30 of the relic. Then at level 5 you get a relic active skill, which you can use or not use, it's up to you. And then you have 2 different things that are kind of procs. So you can level the relic up to 50, and that means you decide where to spend the points. Each of those things here can go up to level 10. So that's another layer of customization for the class. And since there's 4 classes, each of them having 2 separate skill trees, mainly speccing into different things. So for example, this guy can be ranged or melee or a hybrid. Right now I'm kind of semi-hybrid, I guess. Like a quarter melee and the rest is probably ranged. Something like that. I'm using melee only for this skill right now. Although you can see I spec'd into every skill, but I spec'd into every skill just for YouTube purposes. Because I uploaded a video today showing all the skills. So I'm using this one for defense and healing, this one as damage, this one is my movement skill, and this one I really don't need with my current build, but here I'm using this, and this I need to level up to level 6 for barrage skill damage and so on. So right now I'm not playing a real build, I'm playing something that's a mixed bag of stuff. It's not a proper build I'm running, and it's still doing fine. And you can see one of them is mostly rank skills, the other one is mostly melee skills. So each class has something like that. The Dusk Mage has dark skills and light skills, and it has some sort of mechanic where while you're using dark skills you're filling up the white bar, and then you have to use a white skill when it's fixed to get mana regen buff. The other mechanic for the Dusk Mage is while you're using light skills you're filling up the dark bar, and then you have to use a dark skill when the dark buff bar is filled to get damage buff for a few seconds. So on the Realm Master you have something called endurance, which is kind of like a resource that when it's full you can use it. When it's full you can use endurance, and then it empowers your skills. It makes the skills do different things, like do more damage or do a proc. Or for example, there's a dynamite skill that allows you to throw 3 dynamites instead of 1 when you have endurance. And the Realm Master has a train build, which is skills that boost your train cars. You can have up to 3 train cars at the same time. For a total of 5 train cars, 5 train car skills, but you cannot use one. You cannot use shield car with what was the name? With shotgun, and you cannot use flamethrower car with mortar, which makes no sense because those are both fire. So it would be nice to have that as a synergy. And then who is left? The sharpshooter. My teammate is playing a sharpshooter. The sharpshooter has 2 types of skills, adventure and precision. Precision is mostly damage skills, if not all of them actually being damage skills, whereas adventure could be summons, it could be debuffs or buffs. So there's a mechanic where every time you use a certain adventure skill, for the next 3 precision skills you use after that, you do something different based on the adventure skill you've used. So hopefully this lets you kind of realize how each hero is kind of different. The sharpshooter also has something called ammo, which is basically ammunition that you use to cast precision skills. Some skills have cooldowns, some skills don't. Overall, you can see this one I'm using now is my relic active skill. And this brings us to the next layer, which I'm gonna talk to you about once we reach a waypoint and we're in the fort. because I want to talk to you about certain things, just to show you for a minute or two some special items and the legendarium. But if you've played Diablo 3 and you know what Kanai's cube is, the legendarium is kind of similar. Each legendary item that you find has a special ability that, for example, boosts a certain skill to make it stronger, or to make it have cooldown but do more damage, or to make it have a wider AoE, or to make it leave fire trail after this skill. For example, there's an item that makes you leave fire AoE at the start and end of the charge. So there's different items that boost different skills, or different items that do certain effects once a certain condition is met. And those items you can either equip and wear yourself, or you can put 3 of those in your legendarium. So you can, for example, wear one cannon that boosts a certain skill, and then equip another cannon in the legendarium that boosts the same skill but another one as well. So, oh shit, not this. Where did this go? So yeah, there's a lot of customization when you consider the legendarium in the mix. A lot of things that can be achieved through that, and through combining items you're wearing with items in the legendarium. But yeah, when we go into the fort, I will show you more of this. And you can respec with respectacles. Respectacles are resources that you find throughout the map, mostly from boss fights and elites and champions. And one respectacle allows you to remove one level of a certain skill. Kind of like Orb of Regret and gems in Path of Exile. Using an Orb of Regret to decrease a gem's level by 1. There's also something called wife-bound items, which is items that are 20% stronger than the equivalent item that is not wife-bound. But if you die, you lose all your currently equipped and all your wife-bound items in your inventory or in your pet inventory. So you have to be careful. And there's things called Scroll of Unbinding. That you can use to unbind wife-bound items, meaning you can get a 20% stronger item, a wife-bound item, and then use the Scroll of Unbinding, which I probably don't have one to show you, to unbind it and to keep it permanently without losing it when you die. There's also recipes for enchanting, and items can drop with between 0 and 3 sockets. And in those sockets you unlock recipes, and for each type of item there's different types of stats you can add through enchanting, which again I need to show you in the town, in the fort. I cannot show you here. But yeah, there are layers of customization, and the game right now doesn't have any end game, so if you're looking for end game you will be disappointed. They removed it. They removed the endgame, but they did show me and few other people, like it was a group of 12-13 people or so, and they showed us the new endgame mode, but just slight work in progress preview. And I can't tell you much about it other than it's much better than the previous map work system. I can tell you what the old system was. The old system was you go to a NPC that sells maps. And you can buy white and green maps that give you either gear work or gold work while in the map increased. And there were legendary maps that you could get and blue maps that you could get from various activities like contracts, quest rewards and so on. And you can just run the map, it opens a portal, you enter, and that's a random portal, like a rifting system. But they're reworking this to something completely new, something that I cannot tell you much, but will give you some sort of customization. You will be able to customize, have more control over what you're getting inside the map. There's still gonna be some randomness, but some things would be fixed. Like, it's not always gonna be completely random. Some things you would know are not gonna change, and there will be a limit to those. You won't be doing endless rifts like in Diablo. You can still endlessly do as many as you can once you reach the final one, but there will be a limit to those, which is pretty nice. So there's 5 different difficulties as well, and based on what difficulty you select, the monsters are harder and you get more potion and item luck. I think that also kind of helps realize. So I tried to cover as much ground here, but again, some things I can't really show you right now until I'm in my fort. There's so many things. I mean, 90 minutes still wasn't enough for me to cover everything that was in the game in a beginner's guide. But I still wanted to fit everything into one video instead of splitting them in 2 videos and making people vote 2 different videos just so they can learn about the systems. I'd much rather, as a viewer, watch a video that has timestamps and allows me to just click on the things I care about and skip through the same video instead of having to open a second one. So that's kind of why I made that on one place in one guide. So once we reach a waypoint, we will show you some stuff. I have to kind of get some wife-bound items in my storage so I don't die and lose them. Something else I could tell you about items is that there's white, which is normal, then magic items are green, rare items are blue, and legendary items are orange. And only legendary items have those special affixes. You could have a very strong blue item, but eventually a good road orange item would always be stronger than a good road blue item with the right stats. And certain classes have specific items that only drop for this class. For example, for the Forged you have Hatch, which others don't. You have a Cannon, which no other hero has a Cannon. Cannon is separate type of damage. There's cannon damage and weapon damage. All other heroes have only weapon damage, but the Forge has a cannon, which, as you can see, comes through my belly. When I shoot, you see a cannon popping from my belly. So the sharpshooter has a bow, which is a 2-handed weapon, and this weapon damage. The disc mage has a Digitus, which is a 1-handed weapon with mid-range, which makes like a spectral nether hand attacking the enemies and doing slight AoE damage. The Railmaster has a 2-handed hammer called Rail Hammer as the class-specific item. And those items you cannot equip on other classes, those class-specific items. Some of the other items you can though. Some of the other items, only the Forged I think is slightly different. I don't think you can equip many of the Forged gear on other heroes. But the more human-like humanoid heroes, the human heroes, they can actually share the armors and some of the weapons. But you can share your forged weapons if they're not cannons with your other heroes. So there's still some stuff about that. What else should I talk about? Maybe about storage. You have shared stash tabs. I think you start with 3 or 4, but you can unlock those by completing acts, and the limit is 10. 10 shared stash tabs, but that's not everything. You have other things as a storage called wardrobes. And wardrobes are similar to Diablo wardrobes, except you have to go to the specific statue, to the specific wardrobe, and from there you can either take one item at a time or take all items and equip those. No worries, I understand how squishy sharpshooter can be. Played them all, I know. In ridiculous, it kind of is so one-shotty. I'm gonna try and play safe and not die. Yeah, I'm gonna have to focus on killing him, I guess. But yeah, hopefully all that info helps you, and once we're done with this we can go to the next zone and then find the waypoint and show you some other stuff. Did it let you resurrect? That's weird. I'm not sure how that happened. So you've maxed out the goblins, that's nice. It lets me see the goblin brute and everything. Does the goblin brute actually do some nice damage, or...? Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see. They don't have something that tells you this is the damage from the goblin. And this character has a heat mechanic. As I'm using certain skills, they generate heat, and other skills are heat spenders. And some heat spenders do more damage based on how much heat you generated before you spend it. So hopefully this also was something that was needed info. And the pets you can send to the town to sell for you, and there's an item that makes the pet return from selling items 90% quicker. So if he takes 2 minutes and 10 seconds, with that item it will be instead of 130 it would be 13 seconds. So definitely an interesting item to have in your setup for the pet. And pets can only have 3 items: pet cover and 2 pet tacks. Wait, where did he? Oh, he's teleporting. No, actually he isn't. Just rubber banded hard. Alright, doom scene almost dead. You got a legendary Grats. Oh, it's a heart shocker. Was that the bow for heart piercer? Oh, it's a rifle. Okay, that's interesting. Is it for heart piercer? For the heart piercer skill? Nice, nice. Even better, so you don't have to waste some scrolls on it. Okay, I'm waiting for my pet to come back. Okay. Putting those things and then I'm ready. Let's see what's on the other side. Kuner is playing on a mage. Kuner, just let us reach. Actually, let's go to the fort. I'm gonna go to my fort now. Got the portal, and I can invite Kuner. Kuner, give me your Steam friend link or Steam friend friend code. It's not letting me go in. Oh, never mind. But yeah, give me your Steam friend link or Steam friend code, and I can invite you. In the meantime, I'm gonna send you my friend code. Friends, invite, copy. This is my Steam friend code. You can invite me, Kilner, I can accept, and then I can invite you in the team. And yeah, let's put something here for now so we don't lose this. Let's do this and this as well. I don't have scrolls of unbinding, but I'm gonna show you quickly the enchanting. As I said, I want to show you some enchanting done. So that's an item. We decide which recipe we want to use. Let's use this one maybe. Bonus crit damage, not bad. And then let's take this one and let's try and enchant it. Bleed duration, we can disenchant and try again. Chance to bleed, we can disenchant and try again. Chance to bleed, disenchant and try again. Man, 3 times in a row chance to bleed. 4 times chance to bleed. This is just trolling me. It's just trolling me so badly with this enchanting. It didn't give me crit chance or crit damage or crit chance versus bleeding. It didn't even give me physical damage. It gave me chance to bleed, bleed duration, and and that was it. That's just how bad sometimes the RNG would be when it comes to the enchants. Wait, it gave you... How are you getting crit chance where you can get poison resistance? What item are you enchanting? Okay, and gloves have... I didn't know gloves had the poison, the crit chance. Oh, crit chance against high hit. Okay, that's interesting. So let's get rid of this. Oh, I'm already maxed out on my tree of work. Okay. So as I said, I wanted to show you the legendarium, and I will. Just give me a moment. Probably should not have disenchanted this. And this Neku stick I don't need, so I'm gonna just do this with it. You can see disenchanting items gives you essence, which is used to enchant other things. And the legendarium which I talked about is this thing. So this is where you get certain items that give you certain abilities. Once you disenchant and salvage an item, you get the ability of that item, and it goes into the legendarium. You can see I've only unlocked 26 out of 104, so there's many more to find and to unlock the abilities of. And there are certain things that you might want to combine with certain builds. So there's definitely a lot of interesting combos that you might want to consider making with those items. And you can equip the items, you can equip 3 items of the same set and get some bonuses as well. Here I'm just gonna do this. Oh, I had a shield I can enchant as well. Okay, I think everything I wanted to show is here, but But that's the respec station. Let's show you the respec station. This is how you respec. You click on this, it removes one respectable point, and then it gives you one skill point back. So I think that's pretty much me covering most of the major things. There's things like monuments that give you defenses, poison defense up to 5%, fire, and this one here was gold work if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And you fill those up by killing enemies, getting certain things, and then spending those over there, donating them, offering them. Yeah, he's added. I'm gonna invite him. I'm seeing the invitation. I'm still safe here, there's no monsters. Failed voting profile data, please try again later. What the hell does this even mean? Okay, I accepted. Kilner. So Kilner. Okay, it's probably because I accepted the friend invite and something Steam related. So I can invite you again. Just a second. P. Party. You're leaving the party instance and returning to town. Okay, he can give us a waypoint. He has the waypoint of this zone, so he can teleport and we can teleport to him. He has a 35 Dusk Mage. If you want, you can join us on Discord, Kilner. If you want, you can join us on Discord. The Discord link is... But if you join on the Discord, send me a PM so I can add you, because my bot is not giving people rows, so I have to manually, when someone joins, give them a row until the bot is fixed. So it's gonna take a while, I guess. And you can use the party chat. Oh, tap. I didn't even know tap is there. Didn't even know. Oh, actually, I knew about it, but I had forgotten about this. Okay, Kilner, can you go? Alright, let's have him give us a waypoint. What's the name of the Twilight Zone? Twilight Depths? Twilight Depths. How do I even teleport to his portal though? I don't see his portal. That's pretty weird. You're in? How did you teleport to that place? But how do you teleport to him? I don't see the portal. Is it under info? Keybind for teleporting. What the? What's the default? Oh, I need to use my... Oh, never mind. I see it, yeah. Now I see it. I didn't know they put it here, because it used to be next to the name under the party group list, where you had this this portal icon. They changed it to a banner icon, which is still okay. Oh, it's put me into someone else's fort. Pretty weird. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I used the wrong button. I mean Hellraiser's fort, but yeah, that should work. Alright, there we go. So now we have 3 of us. That's gonna be some nice damage stacking with all the buffs and debuffs. I'm wondering no, it's still not letting me. It's still putting me into someone else's fort. I'm gonna try and teleport to Navashi and see if it would let me. I think I'm just getting the bug where it ports you to someone else, to someone else's fort instead of the place. Now it ported me into McTire Cove. Man, this is... Oh boy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, McTire Cove. It's putting me into McTire Cove. Okay, let's try Kilner again. Maybe that's gonna work. No, it keeps loading a fort when I try to go to him. Yeah, this bug only fixes when I restart the game, so I'm gonna restart the game and one of you would have to re-invite me. There's no other way to fix this other than restarting the game that I know of. Or relogging, but sometimes even relogging doesn't fix it and I just have to restart the game. Alpha. I mean, not alpha, beta. Early access beta. Things are broken. Understandably broken. Okay, I'm selecting this one. And after we are done with the boss with Sadista, I can probably go on the Rail Master. So we can stack different things together. Okay, I'm seeing the party. Let's try and teleport now. Oh, you're back in... Oh, okay. Because I don't have the waypoint, I can't teleport unless someone is... Alright, I see you're there. Let's see, is the loading screen changing? It is. Alright, I'm here finally. It's not where the waypoint is, but it is in the zone. So I'm just gonna run. I'm not in the same instance? Wow. Alright, I'm gonna go grab the waypoint myself quickly. I see you, I see you. Oh no, I see Kuner. I see you as well. Alright, we're here. Now, should we go for Sadista up here at the top? I'm wondering what build he's using. He seems to be using Dark Spears and Summons. And Entropy. Yeah, that's how I like using Summoners. Entropy can be so strong when you get that item that makes it an 8 second cooldown. 8-second cooldown, but twice as many projectiles. And if you have a very strong item, it's just OP. If you have a strong weapon. You can do tens of thousands of damage at level 40-ish or 37, 8, 9 with the right weapon. This mages are OP sometimes with the right setup. But I guess right now every class can be super strong with the right items. Where did he fall down? Is he downed? I don't see where he is. It says he's dead. That is strange. He played too much Battle Exile, now he dies. Well, we don't see you to res you, it's a bug. You're probably seeing on my screen that we can't see where you are. So maybe teleport to us. You what? We can res as long as you're fine. I'm gonna be using the defensive drone as well. Oh, okay. Normally, if I go to my fort, I always put all wife bound things. Even if they're worth wearing, I put them in the storage until I get wife bound scrolls. If it's like level 30 plus items. If it's like level 20 something, I will just salvage it and get the power for the legendarium before I end up losing it. Just try not to die and we can do the damage even if you don't do much, if you're playing safe. Yeah, yeah, careful with the jump. When she says where do you think you're going, or dodge this, and when she says those voice lines, she's gonna do something. Where do you think you're going is the jump, dodge this is the straight projectile, and around is the spinning projectile, and there was one more thing that she's saying for the pistol shots at the first phase. I'll cut you down is for that one, yeah. But also dodge this, I think she says two things. Think fast. Think fast, another thing she says when she's doing that. You can just stay at the other end of the map and I'm gonna kill her eventually. If you wanna play safe. She's dead. Oh, you died at the end? Oh, no. You lost your armor. Let's hope the game gives you a new one now from the chest. Well, good luck with the chest. I can switch to Railmaster now. What did I get? Neckband of poison. Not bad. Oh yeah, I mean I've done this chest so many times and I've barely gotten anything good from it. Okay, are we doing some more kills of her or are we gonna go and farm portals? I'm going on the Realm Master. Just feel like playing the Slammer. Hope we get some more Respectacles. Right now the most important thing for me is Respectacles, so I can finish those videos showing all the skills eventually. Mercy Order. That's two-handed. Not bad, but not gonna keep it. So yeah, feel free to re-invite me and I'm gonna accept it. And we've got room for one more if someone is 30 something and wants to join us. Yeah, I'm also voting right now. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good to go. Just needed to disenchant this thing. What's my wife bound right now? On this guy, I don't have anything wife bound, do I? Oh, I've got this chest. This ice damage chest, which is so much damage. 128 ice damage. Potion work, really? Potion work. But yeah, that's a lot of damage I can get from this armor, even though I'm losing 3000 HP by unequipping my other one, and I'm losing some defense. Actually, my defense is going up a bit. So with this guy, just by myself, I've got 53 gear work, without the buff from party. So are we doing Buckswat burrow hunting for portals? For those, what's its name? For those face beats. People are saying that that's where they've been finding most of those portals, so we might check it, see how it is. If I'm not mistaken, that was the map where it's just a straight line running from one end to the other. Actually not a straight line, it's with a few turns. Oh, that's the burrowers map, okay. It's level 24 enemy, so we're not gonna be getting XP here. So we're looking for nether beasts. I don't think there's gonna be any, but if this is what people are farming, I feel so bad for them. If that's the way they're trying to find nether. Oh, there we go, nether beast. Found one. Oh, and I entered. Hope you can enter that portal too. I didn't enter on purpose, I was just clicking to kill stuff. He died too quick though. Did you die next to the portal? Okay, we can kind of wait for you. Wait, I don't have my relic weapon equipped? Oh, never mind, I do. Alright, all of us are here. Kuner is wagging, probably because it's 3 of us and maybe the servers are still not that well for certain things. He's running too much, this boss. It's level 36 boss though. It might be a little bit too much for Shinny too, but shouldn't be that terrible. Just avoid getting hit and let us do the killing and it should be fine. Celestial Mask, nice, grats. That's my favorite item in the game from when we talk about skins of armor. The Celestial Mask with that circle behind, see that circle behind the head, looks amazing. So now we restart this map. Is that what we do now? Do we walk out? Are we gonna walk out and walk back in? I think that's the character selection and then rewogging would be the best way to restart it. I mean, I can invite everyone, which is fine. But sadly, that's the only thing we can do at the end of the current story. I wish they would bring back the old maps, the old Phase Beast maps. You used to be able to go from the Phase Beast map to something that's not just a boss fight, but a fully fledged map with 1 or 2 stages that you can clear. And then at the end have a boss on the next stage. Oh, beast right here at the start. I'm gonna clear the enemies before entering just to make sure it's fine. Okay, I'm entering. Where is he? Oh, he's still appearing on my screen. Okay. $570. Okay, that's some nice damage. I can't wear it though. Oh, unbinding scrolls, nice. For 465. I'm gonna use this unbinding scroll on that pistol. And then I can use a shield. I think we do. I think that's the only way to reset it. There's a way to reset it with waiting 5 minutes outside of the map and maybe teleporting to another map. What we can do is just do this map, then go to another map, then go to another map, and just keep looking for those. But this one is pretty tight. That's why probably people prefer it, because you just spend a few seconds in the map and eventually one would spawn, and you don't have to run too much to reach the end of the map. Whereas some of the other maps are a bit too spread out, so might be a bit more difficult reaching those. Okay, let me invite everyone again. Okay. Oh, weird. Did I get you disconnected by inviting you while you were on the loading screen? It's possible. You never know. Okay, I'm gonna try and invite you again. Let me know when to invite. Try and find some beasts. No beast here. I've reached the boss. I'm gonna go back and return. There's no beast on this side. Oh, there's a beast here. Okay, Kuner found it. We took the south, so we're going until the split, and then when there's a split you go down and you're gonna see it. I need a good poison damage weapon. I need to find a good poison damage weapon so I can benefit from this +% poison. I switched my weapon and now I don't get that plus 9% poison. Look at the global chat. Try normal difficulty. Yeah. Oh, this mace, physical damage, slammer skills. Oh, it's wife bound though, but let's keep it for now and use it. This one, ice damage. Damn, some of the stuff that drops here is amazing. Alright, we do the same again, or do we want to go in a different zone? If you want to go in a different... Okay, I guess it's just leaving. I gotta figure out some other zone so that we can maybe sometimes make a rotation of doing this zone, then doing the next zone, and so on for beasts. I'm thinking other than Bugswat, and the other one, the one next to it might also be a good one. I'm gonna teleport there and quickly invite. Alright, as soon as I load in. I'm on the mage this time. And Kilner says that it's wagging rubber banding a lot for him when it's in a team. It depends though, I mean, and the game by itself may not be using that much connection, at least for me. When I check my task manager, I don't see this game using too much connection. Exactly, it depends on your internet and on your ping with the server. When you press Ctrl and D and paste the information somewhere, you're gonna see a lot of information regarding to which server you're connected. Navashi has been kicked from the party. How? I didn't kick you. Probably. And the connection might be bad. Yeah, alright. Understandable. Beast. Oh yeah, that's also something to consider. I also have people in the house that but for us our internet is good, so even if they're watching 4K Netflix, my internet doesn't work, my stream doesn't work. We've got the connection that's needed. But I can understand for example, if you're living in the countryside. Did you say you were from France? Yeah, and yeah, I can understand how the connection could be bad there. But here in my country we've got such good cheap internet. I mean, Eastern Europe, Southeastern Europe, Bulgaria, Romania, those two countries have super nice and cheap internet, which is pretty good. Alright, let me know if you want a re-invite. And I'm right where this thing is, right where the portal is. We could do some more Sadista, or we could just keep farming those after that one. It's up to you. And if anyone else wants to join us, feel free to. some XP, but we can't get much XP in this map. This is level 24 map. We can probably go to the Hivit capital and get some XP there. You found one what? Oh, I was already next to one, but okay, I'm gonna go see yours. But yours would be lower level than mine, most likely. Mine was level 34 plus, so it would be 35 map. But we can do them both. We can do yours and then do the other one. I mean, in a party. Oh, it didn't pop the portal. That's because it already opened the portal for me. They thought of this. Otherwise, people would be killing 4 beasts and then doing 4 portals one after the other. Yeah, alright. That one is over there. I'm not using the teleport. I'm using the luminous run only. Maybe I should switch to it. But yeah, right now kind of boring only having this as an activity. Not. Oh yeah, that we have an option to skip the cutscenes all the time by default, like to not show you any cutscenes at all. Would be a nice option. To skip it, yeah, that's also nice. He does 8,000 damage to my pets. 8,888 damage is what he just did. I didn't. And that was weird because I was out of the way of the charge. But sometimes it just wags out. Sometimes it wags out and it thinks we're like where we were half a second ago, and we get hit by the charge even though we already moved away on our screen. Well, now we have to find another beast, but at least this one gives us many beasts. You can probably get XP here, but I don't think so. This is 24. And you're what, 31, 32? 31, yeah, definitely can't get XP from this one, I think. I think it was 5 or 4 levels limit difference. Oh, and there we go, phase beast here. Another thing that is worth doing is farming legendaries in low level zones for your legendarium. It could be Wobby legendaries, but you can still chuck them in the legendarium. No, I just kept going forward. I'm just right after the crossing. So that's an easy way to get your legendarium boosted, to just keep doing low level zones and just keep farming elites and chests if you don't feel like farming for portals. But you can still farm for portals while doing that. You can keep doing the Wobby maps and farm for legendaries while hoping to get a beast to show up. And yeah, you probably are not gonna be getting as many beasts as doing this map and constantly wogging out, but it's gonna be less boring than just doing the same map and wogging out and wasting loading screens and so on all the time. we're stacking summons. I really want to get the entropy item for the strong entropy. Send this one home. White votes Cave Breaker, yeah. Bonus fire damage, that's actually pretty nice. 9.3% bonus fire damage. Do I have a unbinding scroll for it? Because this one, see, my DPS is 773 with this, otherwise it's 501. Okay, what do you want to do now?
You can't cast that.
Well, do you want to do that zone for Sadista? Because you can still get XP there, and I can still get XP there. Yeah, the vast zone. I'm gonna quickly go to my fort to check those wife-bound items in there. Although it's not letting me enter my fort. Those two wife-bound items are nice though. Percent fire damage and the weapon with fire damage. Even though it was a shitty white vault cave breaker, it's still better than most other green and blue items I've been getting for one hand. Let's see. I'm gonna wear my old stuff for now. Where was my mage gear? Okay, I'm gonna teleport now to Twilight Depths. You can still get XP there at your level, and I'm pretty sure at 34 I can get XP. People are saying that at 38 you stop getting XP from Sadista, but the monsters before Sadista probably stop giving you XP at 37. And we can still get XP from them, so I see no reason why we would be doing portals. Oh, there's a phase beast here in the Twilight Depths. See, that's nice. We can do this one as well. Yeah, this one is one shot, so careful. What even killed me? I'm not even sure what killed me. Like, that's like, was there something on the ground that was exploding? Good thing I got rid of the wife-bound items before coming here. Okay, let's go in. That was not. That's the first time I'm seeing a phase beast in this map. The other hot fixed it so that it drops those phase beasts, or the chances are super low. But I've been farming on this map on all my 4 heroes so much, and never have I seen a phase beast until now. You probably have a lot of poison resists equipped right now, and not much fire resists, and he does fire, so that's why having the basic defense in the end is probably better if you're gonna be doing all sorts of bosses. Once they add the endgame mode, we would be knowing what we're getting into most of the time. I think it would show us whether we are going to fight Goblin, Hivit or Voltura as the enemies in the zone. So we can, before entering the portal, pick the right item. But for now, that's kind of how it is. Randomness. Ah fuck, I went the wrong way. Well, unlucky. That's it. Back to the world. Well, I glitched out. I mean, my cursor, if I remember, was on the right side, or on the left side of the monster, but my character went towards the monster with my luminous run. Kind of made no sense to behave like that. How's my mana again? Not too bad, not too great. I'm gonna switch my skills to Damnation. Let's see this. Yeah, I've got a cat. He wants food, but he ate. He ate before I started streaming, so he's been eating a few times today. He's just always hungry. Since he got sterilized, he wants to eat more than he needs to eat. Otherwise he's gonna get overweight. Well, only sterilized cats. Before we sterilized him, he didn't have this problem. He wasn't like a dog. Now he's like a dog. When they're sterilized, that's how they become. Especially, I think, I'm not sure whether females are like that, but this one's male. We used to have a cat before that was female. She didn't want to eat that much. As he wants to after the sterilization. He can be very annoying sometimes, but yeah. Eventually, when I don't give him, he stops begging. Sometimes someone would come back home, and even if he's eaten like 2 minutes ago, he would still try to ask for food. The other people. So yeah. Oh wow, you got charged. Teleporting. Let's see, anything good here? I really hope that soon they maybe patch this so that we get the old behavior of the portals, of the beast portals. How's the XP for you? Should be going well in here. Oh, damage versus high with armor. Not bad. My current one is physical damage, but I can enchant this and maybe get some crit on it. Hoping the boss fights would drop some more spectacles now when we reach the distance. Need those spectacles. Yeah, I've already used the WOT throughout all 4 heroes, all 5 heroes actually, not 4, 5 heroes. I've gotten a WOT and I've used the WOT. Nice. I'm trying to debuff her so she does less damage with my damnation to make things a little bit easier in case we get hit. Oh wow, that was before I debuffed. And now she moved before I debuffed as well. Where is she? No respectacles, but maybe from the chest. Oh, you got respectacle, nice. Oh, I got the unbinding scroll, not bad. Not bad. Can now get that weapon equipped probably. I'm gonna go quickly to my fort to grab that that item and unbind it, the legendary I got earlier with the 501 damage. So where was that item? Number 8. That's the item I'm talking about. Afterwards with this one it would be a very good synergy, but let's unbind now. Now I've got one Respectacle. How many Respectacles do I need on this hero? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I level up to 35, I'm just gonna need 5 Respectacles. So I can level every single skill. That's gonna take a while. So the Disc Mage is probably the last one I'll be making. It's gonna be faster to probably get to level 20 a new hero rather than farm Respectacles to respect this one. And then I'm gonna need the Respectacles again. So in total I would actually need 10 to remove the points from every skill I've spent. So yeah, it's probably gonna be better to just start leveling up a new Disc Mage for me to level 20. Okay. At least I've equipped the item now. And I'm gonna keep this for a Wobby Disc Mage or whatever. Where is that? 348, this one. Should we go back to Bugswat for a portal until the other map resets, or do you want to rewalk and do it that way? Oh, you want to start a new hero? I'm fine with starting a new hero as well. I'm fine with starting a new hero and experiment with things I've not played. For example, I can try play Train Realm Master, or I can do White Skills Dusk Mage myself. So maybe that's gonna be better. See, I've mostly played with the Dark Skills. I've not played a White Skills Dusk Mage. So if you want to start a new hero, might as well go make myself one too. Disc Mage is super easy, even if you start on ridiculous compared to the other ones. But if you want to start on a non-ridiculous difficulty, let me know. Let's make this one male, so I've got one of each. Let's make it like this. And let's make it like this. Let's go for ridiculous, I guess. It's two of us, and if you want, you can let me know, and I can pick a different difficulty if you want a different one, like painful or whatever. It's two of us though, so it's not gonna be that difficult if it's two Dusk Mages. Yeah, two disc mages. I'm gonna go for the white build because I've played the dark build and I want one that has most of the white skill trees. In fact, that means I can just fill in the gaps of the skills I'm missing. I don't even need to get this to level 20. I can record some of the skills from my other mage and use the skills. I can go for a white spears build. I want to make a white spear build here and maybe absolver as well. I want to try absolver, how it changed, and definitely radiant blast. Hopefully I get that unique item for radiant blast too. I'm still gonna need a dark skill and I'm gonna see which one it's gonna be. It used to be super nice to fill the dark buff bar with energy spike when it didn't have a cooldown. Entropy and energy spike are always nice to fill in the thing, but they're high levels. So do we invite each other after the first quest? I guess we gotta kill the first quest. We gotta finish. My advice is save points. After level 2, save 3 points for level 5 for the movement skill to get 1 extra point on it. You might want to do that. I'm not sure which one was the movement skill at level 5. I think it is the teleport. Let me check. Level 5 you can get Shadow Step, yeah. Actually you don't even need to save points. It's not one that gives you an extra charge, so never mind. Consecration at level 5 would be fun. Holy Fury Consecration. So yeah, I'm gonna get Dark Spears because I know it was good early on in the levels. And then I'm gonna go for a mostly white build. I really wanna try White Spear to see how it changed now. Holy Fury could be amazing. Holy Fury with certain items can be super nice to keep you healed up. But I still think Entropy is the strongest, and Radiant Blast. Entropy and Radiant Blast will be the strongest one-shotty skills with those items that boost them.
We couldn't have defeated Yapper without you. After years of peace, why attack now? No matter. Answers can wait. The wounded need help, and the dead need peace. I need you to take the fallen soldiers' swords to Heroes' Rest and lay them upon the altars. Hurry back once you're finished.
So, when do we invite each other? We can invite each other even after the first quest, after killing Yapper. Did you kill him already? Alright, I'm gonna wait.
You have a new quest.
And I'm gonna clear some of the enemies around here. Yapper is the Goblin Hound, the first boss. Okay, let me invite then. Let's try and get the waypoint in Edgewood and then meet up. So I'm gonna run quickly, get that waypoint. And then we can do the Bruce Killis quest. Right, I got the waypoint. I'm gonna try and teleport to you. Yeah, I'm gonna try and port you. Dark Spears against the goblins kind of obliterates them in this level. Oh, it's not letting me teleport you. That's weird. Alright, let's try and enter Hero's Rest, and maybe we would be in the same one. Because I tried teleporting to you, and it keeps putting me into the same map seat as I was in. I want to also try the upgraded Dark Spears to see how it is. So can you port to me, or would it not work? Oh, I forget to give my pet some skills. Okay. Is it letting you? Caraca. Yeah, if it's taking a while. Caraca, wasn't that one of the characters in Tower of God? I think it was. Interesting nickname. Well, I've been reading it for a long time, ever since before it was an anime, but the anime stays true to the webtoon, I can tell you. Stays true to the webtoon. It doesn't look as good as the webtoon, because that's one of the best looking webtoons you can see. I mean, it's drawn so detailed. It's gonna be super expensive to make the anime as good as the webtoon visually, but it's definitely nice. And I definitely suggest you go and read it if you feel like reading it. It's free to read it on the Webtoon app, and it's one of my favorite. I mean, if you like reading stuff, if you like watching it, you can watch it as well. But it's gonna take a while for the anime to catch up with the Webtoon. Those Crunchyroll's animes would be amazing, because they're also making a God of High School anime, and they're also making a Noblesse anime. There was an old Noblesse anime which was kind of like just a small promotional one, but they're making a full series, and Noblesse and God of High School are also pretty nice webtoons from the Webtoon app. You probably might be better off restarting the game if you're still holding. So I'm gonna put points into Holy Bolt. I'm gonna go for a white skill build. I've still not used the quest items, not the quest items, the quest wootables. But yeah, I definitely recommend those to anyone. If it's for reading, I mean, Noblesse has some boring parts where it's the kind of like fewer episodes in the webtoon, where it's just not much combat, but the combat in Noblesse is amazing. And the same goes for God of High School, I guess. There are some at certain parts with God of High School I was wondering what the fuck, where is he going with this story? But then I saw the end of the arc, and then I was, oh, okay, that's where he was going. So it's obvious that at certain points the writer probably didn't really have a clear vision, or maybe his vision wasn't clearly seen through the webtoons. But eventually things got better. But I haven't read the latest 3 or 4 months worth of episodes for God of High School. Maybe even half a year since I last read chapter. But Tower of God I read every Monday. And Noblesse is already finished, so that's something people can completely read. Start to. You watch the first episode, you're not gonna get much of an idea from the first episode, but definitely watch them all until now. Every Wednesday you can have some good times. But the first season I think is gonna end soon. I think it's not gonna be many episodes. But it gets so good. It gets so good later on. And there's so many things, so many different abilities, so many different effects that you will be seeing. Give it a try. I mean, it's kind of very slow at the start, but eventually it becomes amazing. That's for most. That's not a Japanese one, so I can't probably call it shonen. But for most shonen, you can see it's like that. There's like a growth of the character, and he needs to power up multiple times and so on. For the seinen, for the more adult animes, it's kind of like. Sometimes it takes just 1, 2, 3 episodes until the guy's kind of chopping heads off and things like that. But yeah, let me know if you vote back in, and I can maybe. So should I invite you and then you can try to teleport to me, or would I try to teleport to you? Hopefully it works. I'm so happy that Crunchyroll are doing Crunchyroll originals. I didn't know about Dr. Stone until I saw the Crunchyroll anime, and then I started reading the manga, and it definitely is fun. And definitely nice, and it's definitely very well drawn. A Plunderer? No, I haven't. I saw it, but I didn't start watching it. Oh, there's someone else. Oh, that's you. Never mind, just different name. Plunderer. I saw the description. It's about what was it? That mage girl. Was that the one with the mage girl, or was it a different one? Oh, that one with the number on the leg of the girl. Yeah, that's the one. I watched the first 2 episodes and I kind of stopped watching it. I don't know. Exactly. Probably. I mean, I just watch too many stuff, and since I can't watch as much as I want due to having to make content and stream, I have to make a balance between consuming and making content. I do watch some Netflix stuff, mostly. Most of the stuff I do watch is Netflix stuff. Like right now, I was catching up on 2nd season of The Order, which I think came out on Friday. I've got 1 or 2 more episodes left. Pardon? No, I haven't. It seems like too much of a slice of life anime, and I'm not that big of a fan of the slice of life. I like combat, I like action. I've watched some slice of life stuffs, but definitely haven't watched Violet Evergarden. This guy won't know what hit him. Two disc mages versus Bruce Killis. It's not gonna be Die Hard, it's gonna be Die Fast. I'm a big fan of the seinen animes, though things like Tokyo Ghoul and
You have gained a quest.
Doru was amazing. Doru has one of the best soundtracks. The original Doru, I guess, not the new one, but the new one has a good soundtrack too. But the original one has people like Igor and like Shitwife. Shitwife is a Japanese drumcore producer, and Igor, I can't define him under a single subgenre of the. I can't say he does this and this only, because he mixes some weird opera sounding voices with some break chords and stuff like that, and that's some amazing music that he makes. I think it's written E semicolon no E column Gore. I'm gonna write it E column Gore. I think that's how he types his name. And the other one is Shitwife, which is he's not that popular, but wife. That's from the Dorohedoro soundtrack, if you know how it's written. And that's from the original one, which I've not watched. I've only listened to the soundtrack, but I watched the new Dorohedoro, which is covering the first act, and it was amazing. You're gonna see action and chopping, slicing people from the first episode. We need to go to Travel Point, by the way. Since we have the waypoint, we might as well do it now. I can't enter my portal. Fuck! I'm gonna have to go to the teleporter, to the waypoint. I occasionally watch some shonen when I'm bored and I just wanna fall asleep after streaming and stuff like that. And I sometimes watch some shonen and things like that. Recently started watching Hunter x Hunter, which seemed like it would be stupid and boring, but ended up becoming pretty fun for a shonen. It's pretty dark for a shonen. Shonen usually is the light-hearted one, so I'm surprised that they have people dying so early on in the game, and blood and stuff like that, and gore. Happy to see that. But yeah, normally watch the seinen stuff.
This one's a friend.
And there's one very nice underrated webtoon called Trump. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Don't be fooled by the name.
I'll be seeing you soon.
Bug arc, Tadashi Sensei says that bug arc for Hunter x Hunter was the best. Well, I'm still not finished. I'm still on the bug arc. I'm at the part, and let me see which episode. I can't see which episode because my Chrome is closed. But I think I'm pretty close to the end, like episode 120 or something like that. Just after the king fought with the old guy. I forgot his name. Neteru. After Neteru fought with the Bug King, that's where I am. After the guards find him, the royal guards, the two guys, I forgot their names, Poof and the other guy, after they found the king. That's how far I've reached, so I haven't finished the bug arc, but the bug arc is amazing. Definitely some good stuff there. It's nice when we talk about stuff that's not game related every now and then, and it happens in my channel. You can see us talking about technology, you can see us talking, hear us talking about anime and webtoons, and then we might start talking about other games. But yeah. And in my Discord channel, I should probably add some channels about talking for anime and things like that. Because I've tried to add in my Discord server a lot of different channels about a lot of different talk. But since it's a small community, most of the discussion goes on into the general channel. Alright, are you using Dark Spears too? What build are you gonna go for, by the way? Any idea? Dark, but are you gonna go for a summoner build or for a build oriented more around? If you're going dark, there's two skills you would have to pick one of them or two of them for the damage: entropy or the other one. What was the name? Energy spike. Those are gonna be your major damage skills. Entropy, of course, becomes very strong with the right item. You would want that entropic reach, I think, or whatever it was called. Molten reach. Molten reach. Molten reach makes entropy a boss melter. Ebon grasp is something I wanna see. I've not experimented with it. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to experiment with. And I see, by the way, the Den of Hevel here. Well, now that we have two of us here, it's not gonna be as annoying, because this is always filled with blazing and teleporting enemies, spiders, rats and whatnot. See, we've got blazing rats now at the entrance. Normally what I do is I level up to level 5 and then come into this dungeon, so I can have my mobility skill. When I'm sewing, it's much easier to do it that way. And they're not. Well, we can go and level up to level 5 and come back afterwards. That's the better way to handle it on ridiculous. Understandable. Understandable. I'm gonna be focusing on Holy Boat, I guess. Holy Boat goes well. By the way, did you take a relic from your storage? If you haven't, you might go and craft yourself one. You might wanna do that now. I'm gonna do it. Let's go get relics. It's gonna make life much easier if we have a relic weapon. You can even take your leveled up one from your other hero, although I didn't put it back into the storage, so I won't be able to. I'm gonna just start leveling a new one. I'm not sure what I've not leveled up a ice relic yet, so might as well level up one of those. It's the worst thing to level up on a mage though, because there's not that much of a synergy on a mage with it. It goes well with melee builds. I think I'm probably gonna grab this electrode because it's already crafted. Although I do have an ice leveled up one as well, but yeah, the cooldown. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick to the whitening one, to the electrode. Oh, you can. As soon as you finish the first boss fight, the Yapper, you can do it. Oh, shooter goblins. I need an offhand to regenerate. Oh, gearwork, nice. Right, let's try and find some more enemies here at the top to get level 5, and then we can go in the dungeon. Yeah, just hit it. We're gonna get you to level 5, don't worry. But it's gonna be better. I'm gonna group up some goblins and just AoE them with Dark Spear. I wish they would make it so that we can pick up relic weapons that our other heroes are wearing. If they're inactive, so we can just unequip it from them and put it into the relic warrior in our character. But yeah, this mage on ridiculous at the first few levels, thanks to Dark Spears, is amazingly easy compared to some of the other heroes. Okay, getting close. Yeah, we'll fight it. You mean named enemy? This yellow one, Peanut. It's the shotgunner one, the goblin gunner one. Peanut. Come on, Peanut, die. I'm gonna use my basic attacks on him. Mana regen, yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Damage with light skills, pretty nice. Okay. Is there gonna be enough enemies to get to level 5? Well, even at level 4 it's not that bad, but it's definitely nice to have that movement skill before that dungeon. It's gonna help a lot versus blazing enemies. If we go back to that dungeon now, at the start there was a pack of rats, blazing rats. Hopefully we can make it to 5. Yeah, it's shared, it's shared. It's shared and the limit was 20,000 gold. Before you couldn't get more unless they changed it to like 25, but it still seems like the way it fills up seems to be 20 is the limit still. Alright, there's a goblin melee guys. Stacking those dark spears. Well, that's it. That's it for the things we can kill, just a couple more enemies, but let's go to the dungeon now. If only I had the movement speed aura. I don't have it unlocked yet. No worries, pick up stuff as much as you want. I'm not in a hurry or anything. Alright, shit, I forgot about that. It used to be nice before. I used to start gathering things and open my inventory, and while I'm sorting my inventory, it would be gathering items, gathering wood or stone. They removed that, and now it doesn't. It just pauses the gathering. It was much better before. Not sure why they had to ruin this nice way of handling it. And we've been out of the dungeon for more than 5 minutes, so it probably despawned some of the enemies. Okay. Almost 5. How's the relic? The relic is still not 5 either.
Level up.
Oh shit, I leveled the wrong thing. Well, it's not gonna be bad having consecration instead of the Aether, the shadow jump or whatever it's called. Shadow step. There's gotta be... oh, never mind, there it is. Couldn't see the other mushroom. I saw the question mark, but I couldn't see the mushroom itself.
You are dying.
Okay, let's get cooldowns. What's the time? 5 minutes past midnight here, so I've got like another 25 minutes to half an hour. Tips for ridiculous. Nick was Lindstein. Nick was what class are you playing? But yeah, tips for ridiculous, I can give you some. Just let me know what class you're playing and what build you're trying to go for. And if you're WoW level right now, or whether you've already leveled up to like 30, 35, cause yeah, the tips would be different based on your class, your build, and so on. In general, there's one rule, and it is let's go get the... never mind, okay. I'm gonna go and travel to the next zone and then teleport to the town. In general, the rule would be to be a bit more cautious in ridiculous, because the enemies do a lot of damage now after the changes from 2-3 days ago or so in the patch. In fact, it's already 4 days ago, because it's the 22nd here. But yeah, from the June 18th patch, they made the enemies on ridiculous die a little bit quicker but do a bit more damage. So in general, you're gonna have to try and avoid getting hit more. Classes like sharpshooter and mage are pretty easy even on ridiculous if you know what you're doing. Whereas forged and realm master kind of have a slow start until like certain levels, when they get certain skills and they get their relic leveled up to a certain level. Realm Master Conductor, yeah. Shield car, that's the only thing I can tell you to get as soon as you can. Shield car would make your life much easier. Even on a melee Realm Master build, shield car is great. You can teleport next to me, Shini, too. You can teleport next to me to get the Travel Passage. Actually, you already have Travel Passage, never mind. Because we have the fort there, so we actually have it unlocked for ourselves. Shield car is amazing. The problem is you cannot use shield car with shotgun car, and that would have been such a good build if you could. And mortar car with flame car cannot be used together, and that also would have been such a nice build. Blasting charge, another thing I would suggest. Even on a train build, you would probably want blasting charge, and you would probably want hammer spin for mobility. I mean, you can probably do without hammer spin, but hammer spin stacked with shield car would mean you are almost unkillable. That damage reduction from maxed out hammer spin with the damage reduction you get from shield car, that would mean a lot of good stuff for you.
Purple monsters? You must mean the Netherin.
Quest.
Long ago they invaded our world. but the heroes of the past banished them. Are you saying they're back? We have to change the general's
Alright,
mind.
well, we're going to
Adventurer,
Travel
travel
Passage.
deeper into the forest and collect proof that the
No,
Netherlands
it's no longer
exists.
my fort. The first time I
Bones,
came
skulls,
to that one, it
anything
was
you can
my
find.
fort on this hero. Let's see what I can equip from my items. I always save up some items while leveling that I can give to my Wobies, because I know I play outs, I know I play all characters, and I know I will be leveling Wobies a lot of the time. Alright, I think I'm done with this. Alright, let's meet up in the Fields of Unrest. So what you're probably going to be looking at a conductor build would be build train, shield car, and in the early levels. Eventually you're gonna get probably either mortar or mortar and the whitening. But once you unlock flamethrower car, you're probably gonna use it. But let's say you have build train, shield car, one more car, then hammer spin, blasting charge. And now you can even use ghost train. Ghost train would go very well. It didn't used to be a conductor skill, so I didn't use it much in my train builds, but Ghost Train now being a conductor skill and benefiting from conductor skill bonuses is a game changer for those setups, I guess. And you might want to be using a relic active skill. It's up to you, entirely up to you, whether you want to be using a relic active skill or whether you want to just use another ability there. Right now, the way the game is, if you have the right items of the appropriate level, every build can be good. Every build can be good. Some builds are much stronger than others, I guess, but that doesn't mean that that the weaker build won't be able to do the content that you would be attempting to do with it. Like when it comes to level 60 endgame stuff, you're gonna be slightly stronger with some builds, but with the others you're not gonna be like complete trash. Compared to, for example, in Grim Dawn and Path of Exile, it's pretty easy to make a trash build. Whereas in this game you have to try very hard to make one be complete trash, and even if you do, it's still gonna be viable with the right legendary items and a relic weapon of choice, any relic weapon of choice. Even if you take the worst possible relic weapon for the skills you're using, as long as you have good items, you should be fine. Yeah, you're not gonna be one-shotting bosses and killing bosses in 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Probably gonna be taking a minute with a bad build, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna be able to do the content with a weak build. As for weapons being better in one zone and lower in another zone, it's called downscaling of your items. Your items scale down to the content level. So let's say I have a level 60 item on a level 60 hero and I go to a level 30 zone. The level 30 zone would make my level 60 item level 31. I think it scales to the level of the zone plus 1. So this zone is level 5 to 6, meaning I'm probably gonna have the maximum allowed level for the zone being level 7. And some things like HP, defense, and resistances and so on, that kind of scales down. Some things don't scale down, but defenses and HP do scale down. I think gear work doesn't scale down, if I'm not mistaken. Most of the things that give you percent don't, but I've noticed some percent things also scaling down. Right, I can now get Shadow Step. I hope that's what you were referring to when you see at the top of the screen on the level of the item, for example, X/Y, where X and Y are two different numbers which represent the levels. The first one would represent the current level of the item, and the other one would represent the maximum level of the item, the actual level of the item, not the scaled down one. So that's another thing I didn't include in my beginner's guide, because I mean, even though it's a 90-minute beginner's guide, there's things I missed and I couldn't include, such as this downscaling, such as mentioning the gambling NPC and all of that. And there's probably other things I could think of eventually that I've missed. The best relic for a sharpshooter, again, it depends on your skills, on your build. If you're going for a meta build like targeted strike and revolt, you probably would want the whitening relic, because every hit of targeted strikes would be able to proc this whitening strike, and that's gonna be great. But if you're going for a summoner build, you might want to go for a Bane, or you might want to go for the Ice relic, because it also has a summon. It may not be as meta, but still. Any good chest, or is it a basic chest? Ah, never mind then. I've got potions. I've got 14 potions, and Wobi items we've got aplenty. So yeah, for this relic you would want this skill maxed out on the chance. Whitening strike with increased chance is what you're gonna want on a sharpshooter with targeted strike. I mean, this relic is good for, in general, it's very good with many hits per second, builds that do many hits per second, which would be rapid fire, rapid strike and cyclone mode on the forged, targeted strikes on the sharpshooter. Even with the goblins summoner build on the sharpshooter with the whitening relic, it goes well because it keeps proccing. My teammate right now, Shinito, on his sharpshooter was using that relic with the build with the Goblin Legion. So You're 7 points in Onslaught and 1 point in Goblin Legion. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Onslaught also does a lot of hits per second. Not as many as Targeted Strike probably can give you, but see, my build on YouTube includes the Bane, and Bane also has things that you can proc with a lot of hits per second. I'm still to find the unique bow, the legendary bow that buffs Onslaught to test it. Okay, kind of made a mistake here. It's not so good. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to find it eventually and test it with some high level. It needs to be a good DPS bow. But anyways, when I use Onslaught, I'm not using it as the main source of damage. On my summoner build, I'm relying on my Bane, on my Venomous Maw to do the damage. Because I'm getting the cooldown super low on my build. So the summons are just there for me to body block the enemies and to do a little bit of extra damage, but they are not my main source. Not until we get something that buffs the summons as a passive. But Onslaught and Goblin Legion are good skills. You can type Onslaught Summoner and you're gonna see my build. Or you can just go to my, just a second. That should be my website, my YouTube. Yeah, where did you go? Do I see you? Oh, you're still alive, never mind. Did you go inside the chasm? The named one, Sir Alec. Normally I would have skipped this one, but since it's two of us, it's gonna at least take not that long to kill it. Wow. Yeah, when I saw, I make the judgment. How long would it take me to kill those, and how much XP and items would I get? Is it worth it to kill those? If not, I normally move on to something else. Especially those blazing enemies on Ridiculous could be pretty annoying sometimes. And in the video description of my builds, I started putting links to my website, where I have text versions with some information that I might have missed on the website, and I constantly update those. It might say something on the day I release the build, but then 2 or 3 days later I might update it with some more information that I've thought of afterwards. Should we kill those or go in?
You're gravely wounded.
Yeah, they're terrible. Yeah, too much blazing. It's not the problem that they're elite, the problem is that they're elite with blazing. Yeah. I don't have a targeted strikes build, but I can tell you the two most important things are revolt and targeted strikes. Then you also want Shasta. Royal Shasta makes the enemies take 50% more damage. And revolt needs to be tier 2, so you can get the 30% extra damage with precision skills. And you can stack the 50% damage to taunt it from Royal Shasta tier 2 with the 30% extra damage to precision skills from revolt, and that makes targeted strikes super strong. Just those three things by themselves, even if you don't add any other stuff, but you should of course. Those by itself are strong. And then you take Ghost Visage. Ghost Visage makes your next 3 casts of targeted strikes after it do 50% more chance to crit. So 50% more critical chance to precision skills you use after Ghost Visage. So the skeleton, the main ingredients in the recipe to make a build for targeted strikes would be targeted strikes, Revolt, Ghost Visage and Royal Shasta. You can experiment with things like Goose, sacrifice to Goose to make the enemies take more damage. Things like Curse of Rizi. Curse of Rizi, if you put some points into Curse of Rizi, you can get extra 10% damage versus Stunned Sword and what was it? I forgot the other one. Stunned Sword or Blinded target, so that's extra 10%, and if you get sources to Stun Slow or Blind, and I'm suggesting go for Slow because it's much easier to get high percent on chance to slow in your items, then that's pretty decent as well. So this should be more than enough for someone starting with targeted strikes setup. And targeted strikes definitely can melt bosses. With the right items and the right setup, it can probably kill a boss in 1-2 seconds or so. You leveled a Realm Master to 28 but wasn't enjoying it so much. Well, I play my Realm Master without the train. So you would want to be using Pound, Spike Drive, Lantern Flash, the Dynamite, I forgot the name, Busting Charge, Hammer Spin and the Relic Active skill. So the way I do it, I have Busting Charge number 1, number 2 I have Lantern Flash, number 3 is my spacebar, which is my Hammer Spin, number 4 is my Spike Drive, my left click is my Relic Active, and my right click is my my Pound. And you want 6 points into Lantern Flash because that makes you do 65% more damage to Stun, Sword or Blinded. And Spike Drive can slow, Lantern Flash can blind. You want 6 points in Pound because that makes your Slammer skills do more damage. You want max out Hammer Spin because that gives you 50% damage reduction buff for a few seconds after using it. And you also get an extra charge before that from the previous tiers. You want Busting Charge to at least the level that gives you extra vulnerability percents to make the enemies take even more damage. Hopefully this gives you some ideas regarding a non-train build. I'm not a big fan of the train, but the train is getting a rework again. So they will be changing some train stuff yet again after feedback, and that's the thing about the developers of this game. They definitely constantly change things based on player feedback. They do listen to the community a lot. I mean, I can tell you the skill system first was you collecting skill points and spending those skill points to level up the skills. The worst possible skill system I've seen ever. They changed that for a more Diablo 2 style system, where you kind of spend points into certain skills in a certain skill tree to unlock skills down the skill tree. It felt outdated. It didn't feel like a system we need in an ARPG in 2020. And then they evolved it to the current system where you don't need to spend points into skills you're not gonna use. You only spend points into the skills you want. You can save points, or you can respec later on to get skills that are further down the tree. So it's entirely up to you. Do you want to save skill points for something that's further down the skill tree, or do you want to spend points in something right now and then remove those points and reallocate them later? one of the best skill systems or skill mechanics I've seen. Many people hate it, saying that it feels wrong to have to save skill points, but no one is making them save skill points. Would they rather be forced to spend points into things they don't need? Or would they rather have the freedom to save their points and spend them later? I know I would rather have the freedom to spend my points later, instead of forcing me to spend them into skills I don't want to use. There's probably a way to get rid of those requirements, but then it's gonna be super boring, everyone starting with Absolver and Entropy, and yeah. Respecking will become a little easier once they introduce contracts. Contracts would award you with respectacles a what? You could get like a bunch of respectacles every few contract levels. After you complete the contract, you can just keep repeating that, and that will be pretty nice. I'm gonna save points for Light Spear maybe. Actually, let's put points into Holy Bolt. So just wait for Act 3 to come in 1, 2, 3 months from now. I'm assuming 2 months from now we should have Act 3 and the contract system should return. And we're gonna have Scrolls of Unbinding, Respectacles, Ember Cores, materials, extra fort decorations and all sorts of goodies coming through there. By the way, it's midnight, so I'm probably gonna stream for another 5-10 minutes, maybe until the end of this quest. And then I'm gonna stop streaming, but we can keep playing. We can keep playing. I'm just gonna stop streaming, then I'm gonna need a minute or so when the time comes to just stop the stream. Hey Gwaine, nice to see you again, dude. How was your weekend? And that goes to everyone. Hope you all had a nice weekend. Oh, I ran out of potions. I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful now. Too many ranged enemies. Yakwen, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome to the Struck Club, thank you for the follow. Shinitu, by the way, let's kill the rangers first, before the melee ones. Just to make sure they're not bursting us from afar. Or we can tank and kite the melee ones. I'm gonna kill the ranged ones quickly. I've been using them a lot. I've been playing more risky, getting hit a lot. Did you teleport into the explosion?
Your health is low.
Please give me potions, come on game. I'm also not using the unique item for potion cooldown and potion work. Okay, that dropped me a potion. The electric relic stuff is strange. Well, yeah, if you want to play effectively with it, you need some sort of a chance to cause the element. Every relic weapon is much better played with a weapon or offhand that gives you chance to do the element of the weapon, of the relic. Because then you would be proccing the damage things much more often. And for the relic weapon, you definitely want a weapon or offhand with chance to shock. or you want items that allow you to do shock. Like I think there's unique items that allow you to proc shocks and things like that. I'm not sure, but I need to check some of the legendary effects for the legendarium. I think there was something with Holy Boat that was a very nice synergy. Okay, legendary. King Snaggletooth. Alright, what was this? Consecration also poisons nearby enemies, dealing... Okay. Don't mind if I do. And chance to poison on the weapon as well. I'm stuck in gear work, as you know. I've got 26 gear work before the buff. With the buff from us, that's another 15, so that's like what, 41? Mahim Chakma commented to showcase sharpshooter skills. Okay, Mahim, and you know I will be showcasing all skills. Just need to get respectacles. I'm gonna see if I can do the sharpshooter showcase tomorrow. I also need to do build for the Railmaster and build for the Forged. And I've already got 2 builds ready for the Forged to show. I mean, I'm trying to do at least a video a day nowadays, I guess. Yesterday I didn't do one, but tomorrow I'm gonna do another showcase probably. Yeah, when you activate your E, enemies die so quickly with things like targeted strikes or holy bolt or things, or rapid fire or rapid strike, things that do a lot of hits per second. It's just great for those kinds of builds. Even a basic attack, fast basic attack build would be amazing synergy for something like that as well. I can tell you that. It's gonna be fun to test. A basic attack build with the shock, spin to win with the Forged would also, as I said multiple times already. Oh, you got Firewall, grats. Firewall is amazing with a basic attack build on the with the fire starter weapon that you get from a quest. You always get it when you complete that quest, so you can kind of test it now that you've got the Firewall. Yeah, this one changed its design multiple times, but we've just finished the quest, so I'm gonna quickly stop the stream. Unfortunately, it's that time, and I'm gonna keep playing with my teammate. I'm probably gonna mute myself in Discord, but I can listen. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, for watching. There's gonna be more tomorrow. Keep it cool, and until next time, goodbye.